The views, opinions, and representations expressed on the Kagos Radio Network and its website are those of the host, guest, and participants. UFO Talk Radio can, but does not necessarily promote any particular lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only, and they are not intended to treat or diagnose and/or claim to cure any disease or condition, or give any medical or legal advice. All music is purchased and owned by LGA Broadcasting.
I got the windows rolled down, got the radio up, and I'm heading out of Vegas tonight. And it's a 1:30 on a 4-day run, and the desert is a welcome sight. I can see you there in that dress you wear, and it's keeping my foot on the gas. I drink a gallon of Joe just to make it back home and hold you in my arms at last.
From deep in the desert of Nevada, broadcasting to the world, it's the Glenn Larry Show. Are you ready? What you are about to experience is real. Right along with us. From deep in the desert of Nevada, the Glenn Larry Show.
And I am Glenn Larry. I do welcome you all. I must say we have had an interesting beginning of the year. 2025. We're here, everybody. I do wish you all a Happy New Year, by the way. I bid you welcome everybody out there, whatever time zone you might be in. To all my friends, ham operators in the Worldwide Radio Club down there, K6RCL, Dennis and Galita there, California, by the way. And to all my night drivers that are very familiar with this show. And I'm familiar with me, and I sure think a lot of them. They do such a great job getting things back and forth. Man, support your truckers all the way. Yes, sirree. Small broadcasters, FM, AM, LP stations, we do welcome you to carry the show anytime you want. Other podcasters out there heard from all the world, we thank you for taking us aboard and letting us be able to broadcast with you. We do enjoy small radio stations all over the world, and big radio stations too, of course, I'll tell you, I have been busy this whole first part of the year. I had to take care of a friend of mine's house and dog and some other things, and I had meetings during that time, so I was very, very busy. Got back in the station, and we redid the whole studio on this other side. It's a full broadcast for the AM, FMs here. Then, of course, the internet's on the other side, and we have a full broadcast there also. Another one is in my home, which I have in case, things get really bad. I might have to stay inside where it's really cold and snowing. I don't know, but it's just another studio, yeah. Working on a lot of things, new computers. I'm throwing a lot of old computers out. I have some 7s and some 8s, and they're just time to go. And even the processors are just slow, and so I need to take it all apart, and that's what we're doing. And we're buying some new computers, and that's just the way that's happening. New cameras on the way too. Saving as much as I can. It's all money. Money is radio, of course. Want to thank everybody for the holidays, by the way, the nice gifts and cards that you sent to me, and I really do appreciate you. To Dee and Ken over there in Florida, God bless your soul. I appreciate you guys so very much. Great people. Neil and Barb in London, okay, and Randy in PA, of course, Chief Hall, Avondale, Station 23 in Avondale, Pennsylvania. What guys? Great guys. And I understand the Chief's supposed to send me a cigar. Well, we'll see how that happens. I got something for him too. And I've sent some stuff out after Christmas, which seems to get there with no problem. We had some mail fraud happen, and I actually talked to the post inspector and gave him information, and it's been happening. Yeah, and I'm sure you're aware of it also, folks. Yeah, I'll tell you for sure. Provo, Utah's on the line. It looks like they're listening. We have Memphis, Tennessee, Reno, Nevada, Canada. 4 or 5 in Canada hit us on the map over here. And this is the radio side, so if you get a chance to listen to us with the full bore on the AM 16, 10, 11, 101.3 FM. And, of course, we're on all the internet web pages, K-Ghost Radio, Country Vault Radio Now. You'll hear us live right there. Any of those, we are on all of those. Yes, sirree. It looks like Dave and Tom Warner. Hello, Dave, and Joyce and Lacey. Tim and Elko. Oh, yes. Oklahoma City is tuned in. Hello to Portland, Oregon. Tacoma, Washington, Olympia, and Thunder Bay, Vancouver is back. Yes, I'll take those. I did that. Okay, great. Hey, I was at the Pioneer, had my breakfast, and had lunch, and met a lot of cool people. I'm telling you, I've met so many cool people lately from all over, and they're listening tonight. I'm quite sure of that. We do thank you for tuning in. And you guys are a lot of fun, I'll tell you for sure. Yeah, I have meetings down there with folks, and that's a great place to go and have a great time and see my buddy down there. Check out Old Man Liver. That place has been around since 1913. Imagine that. And it's a great place to go have fun, great food, great friends and folks. Go visit them, talk about the drinks and all sorts of stuff. They have music now, the full month of January, every day apparently. And of course, Saturdays and Sundays and Fridays is karaoke. Yes, I get down there, I sing every once in a while. I used to be quite a singer in my day, but no longer do I do the Elvis shows. No, I just do other voices and have fun with that, of course, as you know. Great drinks, great ghosts and spirits. They're everywhere around there, I tell you for sure. Old Man Liver might show up himself, and do check it out, please, because they're good friends of mine. You might see me down there, so I'll be looking for you also. What can I say? Weather. I'm telling you, the weather has changed everywhere. Oh, poor California. Oh, my prayers are with all of you. I'm so sorry. I mean, it's just sad. Um, that's just a disaster. It's a war zone. It's terrible. These flames, we call them firestorms, and because the winds are so bad, it just takes out anything in its path. And I pray to God that they get that under control. I don't think they'll ever come back. I mean, it's just terrible. And of course, the loss of lives and pets, by the way. Yeah, a lot of animals went too, horses and some other things. And I got a friend down there, it's a firefighter. He says, it's just unbelievable there. He said, man, it's just the worst that you could ever think. And repercussions of things that have happened, I guess, in politics that they're going to have to work that out later, but just take care of the people, what their needs are. And of course, give, if you can, anything you got. I don't care if it's blankets. I don't care if it's clothing, anything that you can give these folks. And there's several lines to get a hold of this on the internet, how to get a hold of these people. And the stuff will go right to them, not to some, agency. The Red Cross is very good with this too, so you might check that out also. But our prayers are with California and all of our friends. That's just the way it's going to be, and I hope that God just touches those people and heals them, and also that it's just hard. I just can't fathom. So much in the news right now, of course, as you know, that TikTok might be going off the air. Mm-hmm. We are on TikTok, by the way, and we've got some funnies and outs and stuff with Barbara and some other guests that we've had on, and I wonder how she's doing, to tell you the truth. I hope that she had a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and I hope you did too, as I do, really do. So much has been happening in the news, like I say, of course, the fires and this and that. But this weird thing came across my desk the other day, and several calls. And they said, Larry, I know that you've done, Glenn Larry, I know you've done things about JFK and LBJ and the assassination of the Kennedys. And I said, yeah, it's been really milked so much. And, no one really knows what's happened. Well, some tapes have been received, I guess, by a gentleman, Shane Stevens, I think his name was. And as I get it here, he's held on those for 8 to 9 years. Now, I have checked on the internet, and Alex Jones had this gentleman on, and this guy, I mean, it's unbelievable what he's reviewed and talked about this Clifford Carter and this Mac guy that was told to kill Kennedy. Wallace is his last name. And, this guy, Carter died in 69. And I believe that Mac died in 71, at the age of 53. Car crash, as it was. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to be the guy that killed Kennedy. Unbelievable. Assassination tapes dropped. That's what it says. If you can look it up on the internet, unbelievable. And apparently, what the former executive director of the DNC, And close persons of JFK, Clifton, it says Clifford Clifton, Carpenter, admits that JFK hired Mac Wallace to assassinate Kennedy. How much truth is to all that, I don't know. But I do have some of the recording that was sent to me. I'm going to play that for you. And it's just, what do you think about all this? Now, we've talked about the Kennedy assassination so much. And, I've had the bullet theory, the grassy knoll, everything you could think of, but we try to cover. And those are past shows. And they're on the internet. You can look at YouTube. You can find those. You'll find them. But before we start, I'm going to play a little bit of Tommy Clay. I really like this guy. It's just, it really talks about that era. Tommy Clay, I'll listen record, and hope you enjoy it.
What is segregation?
I don't know what segregation is.
What is bigotry?
I don't know what bigotry is.
What does hatred mean?
I don't know what it is.
What is prejudice?
I think it's when somebody's sick.
Guys are shot, boys. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special bulletin. Dallas, Texas. The flash, apparently official. President John F. Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Anybody here see my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? He's freed a lot of people, but it seems that they die young.
Difficult days ahead, but it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live.
No one can be certain who next will suffer from some senseless act of bloodshed.
Anybody here see my old friend Bobby? Can you tell me where he's gone?
Dear Yorty has just sent me a message that we've been here too long already. So, my thanks to all of you, and now it's on to Chicago, and let's win there.
Senator Kennedy has been shot. Is that possible? Oh, my God. Senator Kennedy has been shot. Director Johnson has a hold of a man who apparently has fired the shot. Get the gun. Get the gun. Get the gun. Stay away from the gun. His hand is frozen. Take a hold of his thumb and break it if you have to. Get his thumb. All right. That's it, Raper. Get it. Get the gun, Raper. Hold him. Hold him.
adventure and uncertainty. That is the way he lived. That is what he leaves us. My brother need not be idealized or enlarged in death beyond what he was in life. Be remembered simply as a good and decent man who saw wrong and tried to right it, saw suffering and tried to heal it, saw war and tried to stop it. Those of us who loved him and who take him to his rest today, pray that what he was to us, what he wished for others, will someday come to pass for all the world. As he said many times, in many parts of this nation, those he touched and who sought to touch him. Some men see things as they are and say why. I dream things that never were and say why not.
What is segregation?
I don't know what segregation is.
What is bigotry?
I don't know what bigotry is.
What does hatred mean?
I don't know what it is.
What is prejudice?
I think it's when somebody's sick.
Unbelievable. One of my favorites, I'll tell you for sure. Going back to this Clifton C. Carter and Mac, the gentleman that was apparently Wallace, that was that killed Kennedy. So I'm going to play that for you. This is what's out on the net, and if you haven't heard it, you will hear it, because it's pretty darn scary. It's pretty darn scary. And this is a conversation about Johnson, and this guy worked for Johnson. So here we go.
Mr. Good to see you. How's life treating you today? Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch and go situation. Linda and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president. It's been hectic in every way, but we've lived through it this far, and I guess we'll continue to do so. Lyndon should have never issued that order to Mike, but we've had our differences, and I'm true blue to Lyndon as I've always been, and trying to carry out every order that he's ever given me. But this is one I'll probably never be able to forget. And the times that we've had in Texas, and the embarrassment that Lyndon had gotten from Kennedy, I guess there wasn't anything else to do but what he did. Well, you know, Lyndon could have really hit me if he would. Well, Lyndon's the kind of person that doesn't want to help anyone. He's all for Lyndon, and that's the way he's pretty much always been. Well, they had me backed up on that Henry Marshall killing, and they just kind of blackmailed me to keep my mouth shut. And if I hadn't had a bunch of tapes that I played after he got killed, because 17 got killed in this situation very mysteriously. And I've done a lot of time, and I've lost a lot of money, and it's hurt my family a whole lot. And it's really got me disgusted with Lyndon in one way. In one way, I feel real sorry for him. But I really feel like that in Lyndon's heart, he felt like that he was doing the right thing. He felt like that he was the savior of the common man. I feel like that in his heart he wanted to help people that have not. But I don't believe that anything, my church background would have never let me sanction all the killings that he has done. What do you think about it, though? Cliff, do you really believe that it could have been handled anyway without killing all these people and got rid of the Kennedys? You think he won the election against him?
Well, I don't really believe so. You know, he tried desperately to do just that. There didn't seem to be any other way. I know that he regrets a lot of things that he has done, but still, it's been a battle from day one.
Well, Dale, I sure do appreciate all the things that you've done for us, and I appreciate the trust that I have. We've had anytime for a long time friends, and I'm just sorry that I've embarrassed all my friends, that all my friends through this. Oh, you didn't embarrass me. And what I was really afraid of, my brother Bob, that got killed. Our plane was down at Bryan the day that Mike Wallace killed Henry Marshall. And I was afraid it's going to tie him into the thing. And we couldn't afford to. In fact, Pam started to write a book. And when she really got scared when she got into the thing, it was just too scary a deal. But anyhow, this too will pass. But it's been a long old journey. What do you think about Ethel Bankston?
Well, I know the old was a great leader, and he's been probably one of the best things that ever happened in Dallas, Texas. Of course, he's got a lot of real good friends, and Linden's been one of his true buddies for many, many years. And anything that he just has to have that the old will see that it's done.
Well, I just can't believe that Ethel Bankston has the power over the police department that he has. You know, he buys every year, the sheriff buys him a brand new car, Bill Deckard. And I just don't see how politically that he can get with it. But nobody will ever understand. And really, in the early years, I thought that Lyndon really had a mission from a higher power, who I choose to call God, to carry out a lot of things for the common people. And I really believe in his heart that he thought that he was destined to rule the people. How do you size up Lyndon Cliff after all these years of horror?
Well, actually, Lyndon's just been kind of going downhill health-wise and politically wise. He's just wore out. And I feel like he's come to his end of his rope. But all these things that's been eating on him for all these years have just now taken its course. And I feel like Lyndon's done a lot of good things in his life, and he's done a lot of bad things.
Well, Cliff, I hate to see you so downtrodden and so discouraged. And I just hope that you can get a hold of yourself and not be so tore up. But anyhow, let's go in the house and let's have a cup of coffee and something to eat. Okay?
Sounds good to me. Oh.
Well, there you go. Unbelievable. I'll tell you. Now, there it is. It's pretty whacked out. Yeah, they're having this conversation, and reviewed their conversation in sequence in their as you listen as this went on. When they're saying Lyndon and this other gentleman involved. I want you to do yourself a favor. Look up on the internet. It's the biggest thing going on the net right now, and it is pretty scary, very scary. If these guys are still alive, they're all dead. I'm sure of that. But imagine the power of the persons that did all this. And is anybody around that did this back in the day? But the power to hide for years and years and years and years all this, unbelievable. And I understand there's more tapes and more stuff coming out. We'll be back after this.
There's no typical meth user. I was from an upper middle class family. Meth is terribly addictive. My first time using it, I was hooked. There was no turning back. I lost my job. I was homeless. I never thought I'd see my family again. I have a great fear of meth because it took so much of me. I mean, it took everything. Meth took over my soul.
Visit our website at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
Violence, theft, drugs, graffiti. It's all part of joining a gang. In times like these, we need to protect our children and our community from gangs. Gangs often prey on unsupervised teens with low self-esteem, who perform poorly in school, who seek a sense of belonging, or are simply bored. Joining a gang often involves violent hazing rituals. Once in a gang, members can become alienated from their families, school, and friends. Drugs, guns, and malicious activity are common elements in gangs. Trying to leave a gang can be a difficult and dangerous process. The best way to get out of a gang is never to join one. Protect kids from being recruited by a gang. Know who they're hanging out with. Involve kids in after-school activities and provide positive role models. Help reduce gang activities in your community by working with local law enforcement and school systems. Don't let a kid you know get involved with gangs. Visit ncpc.org to learn more or contact your local law enforcement agency.
A message from the U.S. Department of Justice, National Crime Prevention Council, and the Ad Council.
I'm going to open the lines up, and I'd love to have some calls come in tonight about what we just played. And what do you think? Do you think that it's possible? This is the true drop tape, and it's been reviewed, and I can't get over it because if this is true, I mean, where does it stop? And who's really in control? And to keep it so dark secret all these years, and boy, all the misinformation and decoys, and boy, oh boy, oh boy. So I'm gonna open the lines.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Now, I have heard years ago that there was a thought that Johnson had Kennedy killed, and the conspiracy situation, and of course the how it was done and carried out. That's we all know, and we've heard. I've had it on the show before. A grassy knoll from Oswald to several shooters, but the person head of this whole thing to do this Mac dude, and to go after the president. And they're saying, rumor has it, conspiracy theories are saying that maybe Nixon was involved too. Kind of different, huh? What do you think? Give me a call.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114. Pahrump lines are open at 775-990-8275. That's 775-990-8275. To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada, lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Hello,
Now,
caller. You're live on the air. And what do you think? What's your name and where you're from?
Hey, Glenn. This is Gary.
Gary, nice to have you on.
I'm here out in Henderson.
Great. What What do you think about all this? I mean, it's hitting the
Well,
media like
I'm
crazy.
a amateur sleuth on this. I've been involved with, just a hobby of mine, and
Mm-hmm.
I've always been inclined to do a little research on this JFK assassination.
Mm-hmm.
And I read a lot of books. I used to live in Dallas and up in the Oklahoma City area. So it hits home in the Dallas area, and even up in Oklahoma City. We're neighbors up there. But this gentleman there that they're talking about is that there has been a theory of Mac Jones, Malcolm Jones, or
Mac, Wallace.
Malcolm Wallace.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Right.
And they call him Mac.
Yeah, that's his nickname.
And it's been an ongoing theory that he was involved. He was LBJ's, more or less his hitman down there in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
And he got away with he literally got away with murder. He actually did murder somebody.
Yeah.
In the 50s, he killed somebody in a golf course, shot him in broad daylight in front of everybody.
Wow.
And he got arrested, and he went to trial and the whole 9 yards, and he got convicted of murder.
Mm-hmm.
And he was, the judge sentenced him for 15 years. But back then, LBJ, he had some pull with that judge, and lo and behold, that judge reduced the sentence to 5 years probation.
Mm-hmm.
So he did get away with it. But there's a lot of theories on Mac Wallace that he did all the bidding for LBJ, for Lyndon, and got rid of his enemies,
Yeah.
And there was a lot of mysterious deaths, that they claim were suicides. That and at the end of the day, that was people getting shot in the back and just died up, and they say it's a suicide.
Uh-huh.
But several people that he was alleged had did murders. Now there are people that eyewitnesses saying he was around the Dealey Plaza area,
I heard that also.
he may have been the one in one of the ones in the book depository there.
Right. It's been said that he was the shooter.
Yeah, he did recruit.
Oh yeah.
Lee Harvey Oswald. I mean, I'm not saying Lee Harvey Oswald was innocent, but he was involved.
Mm-hmm.
Lee Oswald was involved, and he recruited him. And I think that Wallace was involved with Ruby as well. He got Ruby was part of the organized crime
Mm-hmm.
down there in that area of Dallas, and they're all in cahoots together. And these are shady individuals.
Right. Gosh,
But I find it strange that this recent tape that has been released.
Yes.
That Trump is President Trump is planning on releasing some information and some classified information about the JFK.
Apparently, this gentleman that released these tapes have shown President Trump and Jr. also, and some other folks. And like you say, he is planning to release some things. Is the time up?
I mean, I think that to me, all these people are dead.
Yes.
And but the problem, I think that if you love him or hate him, Trump, his mantra clean up the swamp, and there's corruption in government. And I think that if he does release this information, these classified tapes, it just shows that there has been corruption,
right?
And it's not just a conspiracy or anything like that. That Trump is correct, and he's saying that the system is corrupt, and there's corruption in the government in Washington D.C. And he, his battle cry, as I want to say, is he wants to clean up and clean up business over there. And I think it's kind of ironic that this comes out now, right before he's getting ready to get back in there.
Isn't that interesting? I thought about that the other day, and I said, timing is kind of interesting. What is that all about? Now you have your drones, the UFOs, and all this stuff, and now you're having the Kennedy assassination thing come up strong again. And here it is. I guess the gentleman sat on these tapes for 8 to 9 years and decided to release them. And he's asking the public to really wake up to the fact that this is true. And what do you think about the validity of the tapes?
Well, it to me it sounds they sound legitimate to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are the person is he's the head of the DNC, and he's a follower of the Democratic Party, and the leader of the Democratic Party at the time was LBJ. It's a strange time back then. And,
yes.
There was troubling times all over, and Kennedy did pick Johnson to get those swing votes down there in Texas and some of the southern states, because
he was
they
big.
were worried that the southern states wouldn't pick a blue blood Catholic boy from up this old money from the Yankee, and he needed to get those votes from Johnson. And I think after he got the votes and he got the presidency, I think that he kind of turned his back on Johnson and kind of made him look like a old ways buffoon, and moved him to the side and had his brother in there and taking care of business.
Mm-hmm.
And he may have got upset about that.
Boy, I'll tell you, the hatreds between Kennedy, Bobby, and LBJ was just unbelievable. Gosh, if day by day by day, everything going on. And Bobby was on top of him all the time, of course. But oh man,
all the old guard. You've got Johnson and Hoover and all these old guys, and they all stuck together. McCarthy and all these boys, they're part of the old guard, and Kennedy was a young, he was the up and coming, and they didn't like that.
He's one of my favorite presidents. I did like Kennedy. It's sad that we couldn't see how much more he would have done. We can thank him for the space.
Anyway, Glenn, it's a good show. Your phone is for some reason cutting out.
Oh, I'm sorry for that.
It's breaking back and forth, and I can barely make out what you're saying.
All right.
So I don't know what the issue is, but I mean, just wanted to call in. Like I said, I'm just an amateur. It's just been a hobby of mine to investigate this, and I heard you were talking. I saw you on Facebook that you were going to talk about it, because I did hear the tape myself.
Oh, good.
And I thought it was quite interesting, and we'll see what else is going to get released.
Oh, I can't wait.
And it should be interesting. I just think I think it comes down to the timing of draining the swamp and cleaning up the mess of corruption that President Trump is going to be dealing with
Right.
in Washington. I think those two go hand in hand, and that's the reason of the timing of it.
Well, I can't wait. I'll tell you for sure. This whole new year is going to be really something coming forward, folks. Tell you for sure. Caller, thank you so very much for calling.
Have a
you
good
can. All
night.
right.
Have a good night, Glenn.
Thank you kindly, sir. All right. Unbelievable. I got a little bit of an echo back there. I don't know what that's all about. It's always something new in radio, as I would say. Yeah. What do you think? Leaving the lines open. Here we go again. So let's get some
To
more
talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
Cleaning the swamp. Yeah. And it is thick. Politics is dirty, very dirty. Gosh, the power that Johnson had back then, and the devotion of friends and characters back then. Man, this is it not something else? I mean, there's many books out, and as this caller said, this gentleman had been thought of before, of course, and but it's fascinating that all this stuff's coming out now at this certain time of the year, like the caller said also, and I do agree with him. I thought about that myself, and tell you, well, I have a full moon out there, and it's 41 outside. The computers have made the station nice and warm, which is not too bad. I got some shows to do after this one. But we do want to thank you for calling the Glenn Larry Show, Kagos Radio. It's going to be an interesting year, and we've got some lineups that are pretty way out there, and I can't wait for that to happen. It's just availability with these folks out there, callers and stuff. So once again, we'll give out this number. I hope you call.
To talk with Glenn Larry, deep in the desert of Nevada. Lines are open at 1-702-874-1114. That's 702-874-1114.
All righty. You're live on the air. This is Glenn Larry. And what's your name and where you're from?
Okay, this is Barbara calling.
Hello, Barbara. I just mentioned you earlier this evening and wishing you a happy New Year. Happy New Year, and I hope you had a Merry Christmas.
Oh, we did have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year too. We just got back into town.
Oh, yeah.
And I know that I saw you. You're coming up on my notifications that you're live.
Good.
And I just wanted to call, just a quick call to say hi. We're back in town from Mexico. We went to Cabo, and we have a condo down there, and we like to spend some time down there. And Steve likes to fish. He's quite a fisherman.
He is.
Steve.
Okay.
Yeah, the big ones, the marlin, buddy.
Steve says the marlin are biting. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, marlin. Yeah, that's a
they
big.
They look like swordfish.
Yeah, they're huge. There's something. That's.
They are big. I don't go on the boats because, I guess to me it's a bit boring. You're sitting out there for hours, and and of course Steve is out there and he's drinking his beer and
of course
and fishing and he caught a couple of them. Steve, what did you catch?
Two
marlin.
He caught mahi-mahi. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, mahi-mahi?
Mahi-mahi.
Yeah.
He's just very good eating fish. Now, the marlin, no.
No.
He took a couple of pictures, and they were in, what do you call it?
What?
Yeah, because he released them.
Oh, they put them back. He released them.
Put them back in the ocean.
Yeah, so it's like
and
a sport that
they. Pictures.
Catch it next time.
There.
Just catch it next time.
Catch it next time. Well, it's a bigger fish. I don't know. It must have been a big fish anyway. They are big.
They are very big, and he's out there all day. He went out there a few times, and I guess I stay at the condo. They have a nice spot here, and I just kind of relax and try to. The weather was nice,
Oh, good.
and
How'd
we
you
just
like?
kind of relaxed. I'm glad that we were down in Cabo, and the wind did not, these fires they had in
In California.
California.
Right.
We were lucky enough where the wind did not blow the smoke down there.
Oh, well, that's good. I mean,
Evidently the
unfortunately,
wind was
you didn't.
blowing it out to the sea, Glenn.
Okay, and
So it did not blow. It did not blow down to Mexico where we were, because sometimes when the wind, the smoke,
yeah,
that's not very nice. You're trying to enjoy the sun, and it's not nice to have this smell, and it's covering the sun, Glenn.
yeah, I get it, but this is what's going on, and well, I'm glad that you didn't have that problem, Barbara. But
Yeah, I'm glad too, Glenn.
yeah,
Because we would have to deal with that. If they blew down there, we would have to, we would have to deal with the smell, and then maybe the smoke in the air, and this would put a damper on our vacation.
it would have ruined your fun, huh?
Yes, it would have.
Well, you had a good time. That's what's important. You had a good time, and you got out. How did you go to any of the islands at all?
Glenn, I don't know what is wrong with your phones tonight.
I don't know either. I mean, I've got you.
They keep cutting in and out, and I'm not quite sure what the deal is. This never happened before.
We're hearing you very well here with no problem.
I don't know. There's a sound, like a hissing sound, and then it's cutting in and out.
Okay.
Glenn.
All right.
Now, am I cutting in and out, Glenn?
No, you're loud and clear with no problem whatsoever. You're great.
I don't. Maybe there's a connection or something that you need to look at, Glenn.
I will.
See if there's something there.
Yeah.
And maybe it's that line or this line. I don't know.
we're on.
I don't know. It's the technical things here. You have a knack for this stuff.
Well, it's not just a knack; it's a hit and miss sometimes. But I'll tell you right now, we've got strong alliance. We're real strong alliance now. I don't see any problem. I'll know after I watch it tonight, what have you. But I'm glad you had a good vacation. I'm glad you had a good time.
We did. We're coming back now. I don't know if I told you, Glenn, but we're going to be going to Washington D.C. for the inauguration of Donald Trump.
Oh, you're going to go to? Okay. How'd that?
Yeah, that's Monday, Glenn.
That's Monday. How did you ever get tickets for that? How's that work?
Well, we have a friend that is that we have a little bit of connections there. We're not super close, but we're not far away where the common people anybody can go, Glenn.
Okay.
In the back.
Way in the crowd.
And they just stand.
Right.
They stand. The regular people.
Right.
Now, if you have if you want a seat, you have to have a pass and you have to have a ticket, Glenn.
Okay.
And we have some friends that they're in local government,
mm-hmm.
and of course in Texas as well. We do have some connections in Texas.
Oh, you do.
And with the government down there,
mm-hmm.
and we were lucky enough to be able to get a couple of tickets for this.
So you're going to be up real.
Very historic.
So you'll be up close.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Steve's very excited about this.
Oh, I bet he is. I mean, that's quite an opportunity. That's history. Seeing history made. I mean, here you're seeing the president come back into office, and that's interesting. It really is. I'm going to watch it on television.
I hope that it's a peaceful, a peaceful day, and it's a happy day, and for everybody. I mean, we don't need this people just getting out of hand and getting angry and
right
and this type of business.
No,
man.
We don't need that. Who needs that at all? It's the way it is. He is the president, and we're just going to get in there and see what he can do for us and see how things go. This is a new.
Absolutely,
It's a new time. It's a new time. Look at it
It
that.
is a new. I did hear you were talking about this the Kennedy the
Yes. Mm-hmm.
now that's he's helping Trump. He's the one with the throne. He has that he got shot in the neck. What was it?
No, no, no.
Oh, Steve said he just talks like that, like he got shot.
Oh, that's Bobby. Yeah, Bobby Kennedy. Will be working with Trump.
Okay,
Yes.
He
wasn't shot in the neck. No, he.
Trump asked him to help or something.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. He is. He's going to help Trump out on his committee. So, and some other plans.
Oh boy, this connection is really bad.
Well,
anyway,
we're hearing you.
I just wanted to call.
Yeah, we're hearing you. We're hearing you. Fantastic.
Well, it's just me hearing you, Glenn, and you're talking to me, and it sounds like
okay.
like that.
That's interesting.
And it's hard to hear what you are saying to me, Glenn.
Okay. All right. We'll fix it.
So I don't know if it's what it is with this. It's maybe the one of the phones. I don't know, Glenn. I don't know what the problem is.
I'll have to look into it. I do appreciate you, though. Thank you so much, Barbara.
Yeah, anyway, I just wanted to call to say hello. We're back in town, and I'll keep you informed about the inauguration as well.
Okie dokie. Thanks so much, and give us a call back. It's always nice to hear from you.
I just want to say good night and to all your listeners that God bless and God bless America.
All right. Thank you, Barbara. Be well. Bye-bye.
Good night.
There we go. Yeah. No, I have yeah, they're all there. It's all working fine. That's interesting. I'll look into that. You get them going, you get them down. You get them up, you get them down. Get them going. I don't know. It's happening, but I could hear her, and you could hear her, folks. That's what's important. Apparently, she was just getting. It might have been a connection with the internet, or maybe something with her on her side. Yeah, whatever. We'll be back later for this.
Mom, you wanted to talk to me?
The calendar hypnosis into thumbtack cushion, completely tailwind. And sewing elephants plant before cartoon paper cups. So numbers renovate.
If your teenager is trying drugs or alcohol, would you know the right words to use?
Afterward, lightly fish scale. Doorbell.
Find out what to say at drugfree.org. A message from the Partnership for a Drug-Free America.
I am back. We've got about 6 minutes more of the show. We'd love to have you call in again, if you would, please. We appreciate your calls, and it's fun to hear the thoughts that you may have about this tape that's been dropped. And it's been sitting on it for 8 to 9 years, apparently. But go on the internet, look it up. It's the biggest thing out there, what's happening on that assassination. They're talking about it, and they're mentioning LBJ. He was responsible for it. So let's see how this plays out. I can't wait till the new information that Trump's supposed to come up with. Yeah, So we're going to find out about that. And I can't wait to see when that happens. Triply. Hello, caller. You're on the line. And where are you from? And what's your name, please? Hello, caller.
Hey, how's it going?
Going fine. What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Tim.
All right, Tim. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. I just wanted to call and talk about. Yeah, I know you're talking about the JFK.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring up these fires down there
Yes, go ahead, Tim.
in California. Where um, there's a lot of people that's putting blame on people, and then and that might be the truth. That might be the case, but I wish that we put away this blame game right now and just help these people down there because and I'm not talking about the celebrities in Malibu. They got $1 million homes and they're going to be fine. I'm talking about just the regular Joes that they
Well,
they're hurting over there.
there have been folks with drones dropping certain devices to start fires out there. And for those that are looting because of this, that's unbelievable. I mean, the arrest is happening. Yeah.
You're it's just it's a shame that we during a time of need that we people pointing the finger over here, pointing the finger over there, and don't get me wrong, I do believe that you people getting budget cuts and these type of things, sometimes it's the wrong time for budget cuts because that a lot of that Southern California is like a tinderbox over there.
Oh yeah, and they should have cleaned out that forest anyway. That's all part of the budget. It's all part of the cleaning process of turning the soil back, and that it's unbelievable the fire potential in a forest because of the mulch and all the debris and what have you, the dead stuff, and but they need to do that.
Well, it's a constant problem.
Yes, it is.
It's almost like how many fires they're going to have.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I think that this one was worse because of the wind factor. The wind, it wouldn't, in the past, they got lucky. The winds with the Santa Ana winds, wasn't as strong. But these were strong Santa Ana winds, pushing 30, 40 mile an hour winds to Santa Ana coming over those mountains.
Yeah. Well, 100 mile an hour. It's unbelievable.
It's
the timing is just
terrible.
terrible.
For trouble.
Yeah, and the timing is just terrible for something like this to happen. I mean, fire is uncontrollable. I mean, it just takes anything out, like a firestorm. It just keeps going. It doesn't
Some
stop.
of it, don't get me wrong. I do not understand. California is a rich state. They make a lot. They have a lot of money over there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people pay a lot of high taxes, and and gas is high over there because of taxes. And they got Hollywood. You got a lot of rich people, and just in general.
Right.
If they say California is, the GDP in California is some countries. The amount of money that the state makes.
Right.
And for them to have budget cuts on the fire, I don't understand what how can that be?
Well, being prepared is a statement. I mean, if you're not prepared for something that's going to happen, knowing it's going to happen, and say, it's not going to happen, but it happens, and to be prepared and to have detention plans and all that, it's very important. And I think that they were lacking that in thought. Budget cuts. I mean, this does cost a lot of money.
There's areas areas that didn't have much water, and this the reservoirs, and it
right.
It bothers me that you can't take care of these people. The rich people are going to be fine, but there's a lot of working class people that lost things.
Well, there were houses.
They're hurting over there.
There were houses.
They're hurting over there, and there's a lot of people over there.
Yeah.
And I guess I hear that a lot of these insurance companies that they canceled their premiums.
Yep.
A couple months ago.
Yep.
So I feel bad for these people because people say, well, they cancel they give you a warning. Yeah, they give you 2 months warning. Sometimes it's hard to get insurance in 2 months.
Well, especially up
And
there. I mean,
it,
folks
it,
that had.
sometimes it takes. There's a lot of insurance companies are not insuring over there because of the fires, and some of these people don't even have insurance.
No, they don't.
So they lost their homes, and they got what are they going to do?
Well, hopefully.
Now we're not talking about these. We're not talking about these celebrities and these movie stars. They got plenty of money.
Yeah.
Although they got plenty of money. I'm talking about the average Joe over there. Guy who works at the Walmart, or the guy that drives the truck, or something. Delivery guy. These regular people.
Yeah. Yes.
I don't know what we're going to do.
Well, at this point,
the problem is it's going to cost us. It's going to cost us money.
Yes.
And
it's going to cost
there we go
everybody.
again. But when it comes down to it, I don't mind if we're helping Americans.
Yeah.
We got to put up $1 million to help people. If you're helping American people, then I don't mind. Yeah.
We'll have to pull together.
We get a lot of,
we'll have to
pull together. Well, it happens. You got fires. You got tornadoes down there in Great Plains. You got hurricane. These hurricanes go down there in Florida. And you got to help people.
Yes,
and we American people got to pay for it sometimes. It's through taxes and whatever. It is what it is. We got to take care of people.
That's exactly right. Caller,
I'd rather my taxes to help people than my taxes going to wasting something, or going over another country.
I agree with you.
You send my money over or taxes to another country. I'd rather you keep it here because we need it.
Well, caller, I want to thank you for calling. And keep the good thoughts. If you have anything, you can send blankets or whatever to those funds they have on the internet.
Absolutely. Yeah,
God bless you.
Red Cross. People can call the Red Cross and help the people out there.
That's right, my friend. Be well. This is Glenn Leary. Thank you for your call, sir.
Good night. Yeah, good night.
Fantastic. I'm Glenn Leary. Play well. Take care of everything, folks. If you can donate, do so. Whatever you can donate. And also pray for these folks. Thanks so very much. Be well. I am Glenn Leary.